guys, this is Big Whiskey Tuna. I'm just here to do a farming guide on how to get to Titanite as well as how to get all of the items required for item discovery. At first I'm going to show you, my setup, what I use overall. I've got the item discovery items equipped, which is the Jester's Cap. I'm a fan of the clown mask. If you don't like it, fuck you. It's that simple. So I've got the Jester's Cap. I've got the Prisoner's Tatters. I gotta look like a hobo. The item discovery. Got the Gold Covetous Serpent Ring +2. I'd like to add you can use rusted coins too, and I'll explain how to get those in a moment. But first, I'm going to show you how to get a hat with item find early in the game if you're a beginner. Just something to wear so you'll get those extra drops. So first what you want to do, if you talk to the chick at the Forest of the Fallen Giants, and she's in Majula now, is talk to her. She's sitting right there. When you talk to her, she'll have the Traveling Merchant's hat. Yeah, as you see right there, it raises item discovery, so, that's basically what you're going for with all this gear. It's pretty easy to get, doesn't cost anything, she's right there at the beginning. Next up, the reason I'm here in the gutter at the first bonfire is because there's tons of prisoners here. And what prisoners gear does is, the top and the hat give you extra item discovery. I don't necessarily use the hat, I just throw the top on whenever I'm trying to find something, like a weapon or, materials like the Twinkling Titanite, for example. So, there's two here. These are two prisoners. Basically, most of the enemies in the gutter, besides the dogs and the insects, are prisoners. So, if you just kill them a couple of times, you're going to get prisoner armor. Next up is how to get the Jester's Hat, which is what I prefer. As I said, if you don't like the clown mask, then fuck you. So, basically you just come to the Iron Keep, which is after Huntsman's Copse. And it's a little bit into the game, so if you're a beginner, it may take you a minute to get here. But you'll see he sells the Jester's Hat right there, 2,000 souls. Raises item discovery. It's my favorite hat to wear when I'm trying to farm stuff. And on another note, I forgot he sold Dragon Rider armor on your third playthrough or higher, so I was fucking kind of sitting there looking at it for a second. But anyway, uh, on to how to get the Gold Covetous Serpent Ring +2. The Gargoyles on New Game Plus will drop this. The Belfry Saul, is it? No, it's Belfry Luna. At Belfry Luna, the Gargoyles will drop this for you. That's the annoying place for all the Bell Bros invading GameCube at. Because they have no honor, of course. But, anyway, on to this. This could be kind of a tedious fight, especially the way I did it, because I did it alone with no fans. So, and I was on New Game like +4 or +5. So it didn't make it any easier. I was kind of just kiting them around and doing free aim most of the time, especially when there were more than one of them. I think the most I had at once was 3 or 4 gargoyles coming at me. But it can be done, as you just saw. You see that Gold Covetous Serpent Rings too, not too bad. Now, on to the actual farming run. It's basically just going to be me showing you where you're going to be farming the Titanite and the run I advise you to do. Twinkling Titanite's used to upgrade various sets of armor along with weapons, It's just a handy material to have, especially since there's no real way to get it in bulk in this version of Dark Souls. Like, in the first Dark Souls, you could buy it from the giant blacksmith in Orlando, which, at the end of this game, you can buy, I think 10 of them from that chick after you've beaten the Chandra, but, let's be honest, 10's barely enough to upgrade one piece of armor. Not even enough to upgrade a weapon, so you're definitely going to have to end up farming it if you want it to upgrade your gear. And this is the best way to do it. So you're going to go to Shrine of Amana, and you're going to go to the Roy's Resting Place bonfire. That is the third bonfire. When you get to the third bonfire in the cave with the little mushrooms, you're going to backtrack to where you came from. If you have spells, it's going to be way easier, but the bow is all I've really got, seeing as this guy's a soul level 150 dex character for PvP, so I'm just kind of shooting them with the Hunter's Black Bow. It does decent damage when they're not blocking, but I think they're just sitting here taking all my arrows to the shield right now, and all I'm getting is the base lightning damage. But, these guys and the mages, they drop Twinkling Titanite very frequently if you have all the item discovery things on. Which you see, I'm wearing the Prisoner's Top, the Jester's Hat, and I'm also wearing the Gold Covetous Serpent Ring. you'll see I'm about to get a few here after I kill them all. Now, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get them, but I would say 9 times out of 10, you're going to get at least 1 to 2 a run. I've had runs where I've gotten 4 or 5, and it's just all luck. Another thing they drop that's helpful is old Radiant Life Gems. If I'm correct, I don't think you can buy those in bulk anywhere. You can buy normal Life Gems in bulk, but these are the best ones, and you'll get them quite frequently here too. Which is good, you know, if you just like to play through and co-op with people, you can have a shit ton of those to use. So, it's a pretty easy farm run overall. I'm getting hit here a little bit because I'm just kind of being reckless. Not really worried about these art drake guys. They're not. And as you see right there, I accidentally used a bright bug. I was kind of pissed. That was like a waste of 50,000 souls. If you don't know what the bright bug does, I would advise you getting one for the gargoyles if you're gonna get the gold ring for this, because it's a consumable item where if you don't have any phantoms in your game, it increases your damage and it increases your defense, you know, your resistance to damage by quite a bit, so it's helpful for bosses and stuff when you're playing alone. I just wasn't seeing any summoning signs, and you see there, I just found some Twinkling Titanite, but yeah, I wasn't seeing any summoning signs when I was getting the gold ring to show you guys how to get it, so I just used a couple of bright bugs. They're about 48,000 souls a piece late game, because the price on them goes up depending on how far you are in the game. But early game, they only sell for about 6,000 souls a piece, so they're not too bad. So I found 2 Twinkling Titanite on the first run, as you saw. I'm going to do another run. I'm not sure if I find any on this run or not. I think it was just a dry run. I can't be too sure. Yeah, I'm like pointing at you and telling you, yeah, you can do it. You know what I mean? Just believe in yourself. You'll get your Twinkling Titanite. This is the easiest way to do it. Poking with my little spear. Or it's actually a halberd technically, but fuck it. Who cares? Technicalities. Yeah, also I'd like to mention, if you guys would like tutorials or walkthroughs on how to do certain bosses or getting certain items or weapons, armor sets, etc., etc., you should leave a request and I'll do my best to get it done for you. I just had one of my buddies tell me he was having trouble getting Twinkling Titanite, so I was like, why not? I'll make a video on that, you know, it'll probably help some people out, especially the beginners who are new to the Souls games. You know, make their life a little easier, because I remember when I first started playing Dark Souls 2, I was like, where am I going to get all this Twinkling Titanite? Like, all this cool armor I'm buying and getting is just requiring Twinkling Titanite. It's just a pain. And I could only buy 10 from Rosabeth, or whatever her name was, and Majula. So I was actually doing something way worse than this. I was bonfiring the last, not the last giant, the giant lord, and picking up those 2 Twinkling Titanite off the body next to him. This is far faster in the long run, and you don't have to waste bonfire ascetics or anything like that, and kill it. This is just the best way to get Twinkling Titanite. As you see, I used a rusted coin. It's a consumable item that boosts your item discovery. They're pretty easy to obtain. The Velbro Phantoms, well, not the Phantoms, but the NPC Phantoms, you know, those little midget guys with the dark axes and the fire axes that are in Belfry Soul and Belfry Luna. Yeah, the ones in Belfry Soul and Belfry Luna. They're the ones that drop the rusted coins. And they can be very helpful for farming certain items, like, you know, these materials, or like the Shadow Armor, any rare armor set, the Mad Warrior Armor, stuff like that. But, yeah. If you guys want to see any videos, just leave it in the comment, and I'll try my best to make it. I thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll be sure to bring you the best Dark Souls content that I can, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.